Hello my peeps! My name is Kat, aka Kakibot, and today I have a very special video for you. So, I love staying at hotels, but as you can imagine, the last 15 months or so haven't been very plentiful for staying at hotels, and that's okay. Like, I think that we all really missed it. And now we're kind of at that point in time when things are slowly reopening. I think that things are really looking up here in Scotland, and I'm super happy about it, but stay careful still. We took advantage of how things are now to book a couple of hotel rooms while the rates are quite low. I mean, as I am shooting this, they kind of went up again because I think that a lot of the UK-centric travel has kind of like ramped up, but when I was booking my hotel rooms, it was quite early after reopening, and I think that a lot of the hotels that we stayed in were probably about like half of what they normally cost. So yeah, I just thought it was the best opportunity to do what many of you asked me to do before, which is to stay at a couple of hotels and shoot there and give you my honest review. We're gonna be staying at 3 different hotels, which I think are all very interesting, like from the design point of view. One of them is kind of boutique-y, one of them is, I would say, great for tourists and has great views of the castle, and one of them is more budgety. So I think that no matter what you're looking for in your perfect hotel, we will probably find something for you. So yeah, let's go explore hotels of Edinburgh. Good morning! Our first little staycation here in Edinburgh is at Locke, and this is a really nice apart hotel here on George Street, and I've always wanted to stay here. And if you've watched basically all of our videos from the past, you know that we have visited the cafe that belongs to this hotel before. I think it was in one of our newly opened videos. They reopened after the lockdown with some really nice rates. I think that we got this room for £60 per night, but I think that usually this room, which is the Eden Studio or the Locke Studio, I think it's the Eden Studio. This is the cheapest room they have, and usually it's about £100 per night, which is, you know, not super budgety, but I think it's a treat. As you can see, this is a very nice kind of designy, like design-centric little apartment. It's much bigger than your usual hotel room, and obviously it has a lot of like amenities. It has a whole kitchen, there's a washing machine in there, there's a dishwasher in there, you have your quite a humongous fridge, there's water in it. I didn't notice that before.
I put that in there.
Oh, well then. You can do all the cooking. Bin is in here. I wasn't able to find it yesterday when I had some drinks before, so that explains it. Yes, basically this place has everything, even a set for making cocktails, which is amazing. There's a little sofa that Simon is sitting on, from which you can watch the TV. So if you don't like watching TV in hotel rooms from the hotel bed, then this is the place for you. I do actually like to do that, so I kind of missed it last night, but I guess it made me feel slightly more civilized to do it this way. So this is the west end of George Street, so you're really close to places like Dean's Village and obviously Princess Street and the castle. I just did a little coffee run this morning and it was amazing to see Princess Street at like 7:20 in the morning when there's nobody around. I think that this hotel would make an amazing place to stay for a larger amount of time, and also they have rooms that fit larger groups of people. So I think that officially they say 3 people, but I know that they are apartments that have like a sleepy, like a sofa bed, which means that if you have 2 small friends or 2 kids, I'm pretty sure they're gonna fit on that sofa just fine. I don't want to leave. I just want to live here now. I am in love with this little apartment. Let's stay here forever. Let's just not check out, and let's wait for the police to take us out. Our second hotel is Wild Apart Hotels here on Grassmarket, and it's wild like Oscar Wilde or like Olivia Wilde, my secret girl crush. So this is the most expensive hotel that we're staying in for this video. This room slash tiny studio apartment was about £130 per night, which, especially now that we're still kind of like not available for international travel, seems like quite a lot. So I can only imagine that during like normal times it's even more than that. But you are definitely paying for the great spectacle, which is staying right under castle. There's like, I am sitting here on this bed and I'm looking at the castle rock, and if I go like this, I can see like the whole castle. And it's also an angle that I'm not really used to. So like I wanted to stay here for that. And I'm so happy we're staying on the 4th floor. The views are amazing. It's wonderful. I think that you can actually save money on like staying in like a non-view apartment. But honestly, if you're staying in wild apartments, why would you? Like you should be staying here for the view. That's like the main selling point. Other than that, I can only say that like this bed is super comfy. I really like that it has this little nook, and obviously it's super beautiful that you have a great view from it. There's a really well equipped little kitchenette as well. There's a nice coffee, and one thing that I have to point out, and hotels almost never do this, the little fridge had actual milk in it. Like the luxury of actual milk, because usually you get those like little baggies of like full milk. I know it's like UHT milk, but still, like here you get fresh milk. So, you're paying amazing £130 for the luxury of fresh milk. Also, our pricing included breakfast. I think that right now the breakfast is probably not going to be anything amazing. We're going to show you in this video, but my guess is it's going to be quite limited, because in the times of COVID, you can't really have like a proper buffet. I think that if you're staying here later on, you might enjoy something a bit more colorful and tasty. I think that for us it's going to be some like pre-packaged Weetabix. But yeah, we're going to see about that tomorrow, and you're going to see with us. Okay. Let's do that. Let's see what was for breakfast. our last hotel stay in Edinburgh is at the hotel on Queen Street, and it's in Newtown, but like really close to Princess Street, and actually it's kind of like just across the same block from Eden Locke, so it's in the same area but cheaper. And as you could see, like this is quite a small room. This is the deluxe queen room, and it was about £70 per night, which included breakfast, but admittedly these days breakfasts are kind of like minimalistic, so yeah, it's not like when you pay for like a fancy buffet breakfast during normal times. Anyway, this room definitely looks like either like a spaceship cabin or at least a ship cabin. You know, it's kind of like being on a very clean cruise. I think that nowadays, when everyone's kind of sensitive about cleanliness, it's kind of it is nice to be somewhere that's so modern and polished, and you can see how clean everything is. And of course, you know, the amazing thing is this bed, which is also a sofa. I do like it, and I did show you before how long it takes to actually go from stage 1 to stage 2, but yeah, I can't wait to actually sleep on it. And then in the morning, when I inevitably wake up at 7 and I'm gonna make this into a sofa while Simon is still deep asleep, that's gonna be a fun activity to start the day.
Thanks.
I would sum it up with saying that this cabin slash room is probably the most kind of, you know, along the lines of what you imagine a budget hotel being, even though it's very modern and very clean. Size-wise, it's quite compact. I think that it's actually really close to the hotels I'm used to from Japan, because like the space is used like very effectively, efficiently. One thing that I always slightly dislike about hotel rooms like this is that there tends to be no kettle, and I really like to make myself coffee or like a decaf in the evening. And the two other hotels that we stayed at, I mean, admittedly they were like studio apartment hotels, but I really loved how they had their own kitchen. You're just kind of limited to just like being on your very funky bed and watching TV. And tomorrow morning we are gonna take you with us to see what's in their little grab bag breakfast. And we are finished with our grand tour of Edinburgh hotels. Although, you know, that's quite a big name for what we did, which was to stay over 4 nights in 3 hotels. So that wasn't quite a grand tour, but maybe in the future, if any of you own any hotels and want to make us visit and do the same for you, then we are very open to it, because as I said before, I love staying at hotels. Hotels are amazing. And also, I have to say, this has been such a great experience after the like 4.5 months of hard lockdown, because even if you're staying in your own city, just like staying at a hotel tricks your brain into thinking you're on holiday. And as always, please let me know in the comments below which one of these hotels would most fit what you want from a hotel. I think they were all great, and again, they covered all possible needs of Edinburgh visitors or even staycationers. So yeah, I would love to hear what your opinion was on all 3 of these. If you like what I make and if you like my face, you can always visit me on Instagram. I am there under KakiBot and KakiBlog for my illustrations and photos of my, you know, very colorful life here in Edinburgh. And also, if you'd like to actually give me some financial support, we can exchange goods for money on my Etsy store, where I sell a lot of really cute Scotland themed enamel pins. So that's kind of like buying a really cool alternative souvenir and also supporting one of your favorite creators? Question mark? I super appreciate every purchase you make. Always. Okay, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I sure know I did. This was a blast to make. Hopefully one day, under different circumstances, we will be able to make something similar in different hotels, but probably not for a while. So enjoy this one and maybe rewatch it a couple of times, because it's probably not gonna happen within the next year again. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye!